This is America. I'm America. America has a lot of different responsibilities. It has to have a stable economy, provide solid education for its citizens, help allies, and stand firm to adversaries, and overall enhance America's global image. America's the best. But what is the difference in America's responsibilities? In this video, we're going to find out the difference between America's foreign policy and domestic policy. I'm America. In today's video, we're going to learn about my domestic and foreign policy. So if you want to give your brain monkey a banana, let's get into the content. Let's start off by defining national interest. National interest refers to the matters interesting to a nation, and it determines the domestic and foreign policy of that nation. This could include security of how a nation wants to defend itself, economic interest of how it wants to manage its economy, and cultural values of what values it wants to spread. National interest connects to domestic policy, which is the government making decisions about issues within its own borders. Some of the issues the government may face could relate to economic, as the government has to deal with high inflation, education, with the government having to set high standards, healthcare, with the government having to manage the healthcare industry, or the environment, having to deal with pollution and the threat of climate change. Beyond domestic policy, there is also foreign policy, which is how governments work with other nations. The United States' foreign policy has three main cores: human rights, freedom and democracy, and global stability. Promoting democracy relates to ensuring freedom is spread worldwide. Upholding human rights ensures that foreign countries do not undermine their citizens' human rights, and spreading global stability is the aim of mitigating conflict and spreading peace. But why does the U.S. have a foreign policy? There are three main reasons why the U.S. has a foreign policy. The first is national security. By having a foreign policy, it helps protect the U.S. from external threats or conflict. The second is economic interest. The U.S. needs to sign trade agreements with other nations to have access to more resources. The third is global influence and diplomacy. By having more international partnerships, they can make sure in times of crisis that they have partners for their back. How does the U.S. conduct its foreign policy? One of the ways is by signing treaties. Treaties are formal agreements with other nations that deal with areas such as trade and security. The second way is by meeting with other leaders and signing deals between them to establish strong allies around the world. And the final way is through soft power. Soft power deals with the way of spreading cultural values worldwide, which can also include giving aid, holding events, and connecting with the people of that country. Another way the United States engages in foreign policy is by joining international organizations, and there's four main organizations the United States are a part of. The first organization is NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which aims at providing collective securities for its members. The United States has a major role in strengthening the unity and security of the organization. The second is the United Nations, which deals with peacekeeping, spreading diplomacy, and maintaining stability around the world, where the U.S. has an important role in the UN Security Council. The second is the WTO, the World Trade Organization. This organization aims at creating fair trade practices for countries to exchange goods with each other. The United States' role in the WTO is promoting open markets and creating fairer rules. Another big organization the United States is a part of is the International Court of Justice, also known as the ICJ. The ICJ is part of the United Nations with the goal of settling disputes between countries. The United States' responsibility is aiming at upholding international law, though sometimes they have disputes with the International Court of Justice. But there are also limitations to U.S. foreign policy. The first is domestic constraints. The United States has to balance its foreign policy while also helping sure it maintains helping Americans at home. Second is global dynamics. Due to the rise of countries like China and Russia, it could undermine U.S. influence around the world. Finally, there is international law. International law refers to a set of rules that the whole world follows, and the U.S. also must follow these laws. It limits U.S.'s foreign policy, as sometimes they are constrained from achieving their goals. So that's everything you need to know about U.S. foreign policy and domestic policy. On behalf of me, America, thank you for watching. I hope your brain monkey got a banana during this video, and until next time.